Hey, how's everybody doing out there? This is Phil Monteleone, the book peddler, and this is a sad video, boy. This is a sci-fi fiction hall bust. Yup, I went against my gut and my instincts and put it all into one title, and it didn't pan out. So, like, one angel on the shoulder was telling me not to do it, and the other was saying, "What's the harm? Give it a try." It's like when you're contemplating having a beer and doing a little day drinking, and one's saying, "Nope, you got too much to do," and the other's saying, "But you've done so much already, Phil. You woke up and took a shower, and then it turns into a night." So that was my kind of pick. It was a rough one, but I guess it doesn't happen too often. But Captain Save a Book here had to pluck that title. He thought he saw potential. It was just another floozy. So, it happens. You live and learn, right? You hope you learn. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the titles I got. Of course, if you're interested in something, you let me know, and I'll explain the situation of what happened. Before I do, though, I'd like to thank my new subscribers. Let me see who we got here. We have Matt Pilcher. Matt, thank you very much for subscribing. Been checking out your YouTube videos. Pretty dang cool, man. Matt's daughter bought a book off me. We spoke on the phone. And anytime you're in the area, Matt, come on through. And Amy Davidson, hello, love. I miss seeing you. I miss dancing with you a little bit and checking out the live music. I hope you're well. And D-Day Laughlin, I don't know who you are, but thank you for your subscription. I hope you enjoyed the content here. Megan Clark, another local subscriber. Thank you, Megan, for subscribing. I hope you enjoy the content. Missy Pissy, what's going on, babe? I know who you are. What took you so long to subscribe, huh? Trigger shy? All right, and Mr. Edward Abbey. So thank you, Edward Abbey, for subscribing. I hope you enjoy the content. Without further ado, let's see my big old book bust. I'll go through the titles with the camera, and I'll talk about it a little bit, okay? So, and then I'll show you the book that I busted on. All right, here we go. That didn't sound good. All right. Anyhow, uh, let's see. Here's some of the titles. The majority of these are book club edition, okay? And I know, from experience, book club editions they don't hold a lot of value. Now, a couple of them hold decent value, like these Isaac Asimov's The Complete Stories, Volume 1 and 2. This I put up for $30. World War Z, put that up for $20. And there's a couple other ones, like this one, worth a little bit, maybe 12 to 15. It's The Green Man of Grey Peck. And there's a couple other ones, but I'll take you through these. Generally, they're $4 to $6 books. A handful out of here will be $10 to $15. Um, but if you're interested, this one I believe is like $10 to $12. But there's Dune, and there were some paperbacks here as well. This wasn't all of them. This is just some that I put on the table to show you. So, I have a couple boxes over here, and I have a couple boxes in the back as well. But the majority of them were kind of weak, and that's just I knew that. But this is the book I bet all the marbles on. Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. Now, I've had Game of Thrones box sets come in. But when I saw this, and I knew in my gut, I said, well, if the majority of them are book club edition, this probably is as well. But I had the right cover, the right look, the right boards to it, and everything. And but when I looked in the title page, my instinct immediately said something is wrong. Now this is right, but Bantam Books, okay, Bantam Doubleday, that is book club edition. It's just, this isn't marked book club edition. This was a first edition. It would be marked first edition here. It would also have a series of numbers, like 1 through 10. And when you see that 1, it's usually, first print, first edition. Different publications mark first editions differently and whatnot. And I have come across books where they weren't marked first edition, and it turned out to be that they were indeed a first edition. So recklessly, I bet it all on this book. Now I have made some progress in retaining some of the money. I'll flip it to myself in retaining some of this money. Um, but you know, it's a little bit of a slower process. Now this Game of Thrones book, I'll see up for anywhere between $300 and $700. 700 might be a bit high, or there might be something particular about that book. So I don't know if you could reasonably figure you could get that much for it. But undoubtedly, a first edition Game of Thrones is going to have some decent, significant value to it, and that's what I was going with. And unfortunately, it didn't pan out, so I was left with just a lot of standard material. This first edition here is basically a $30 book. So even though I got a lot of material, the vast majority, the value just isn't there. Now I do have some stuff set in the chair here that I'm piecing out, and I will make it back. I've already sold some out of here, but it's a little bit painful. And now I have more overhead to pay for, so I can't really afford to make these mistakes. But it happens ever so often. This is really the first time it's happened to me in 6 years. I made minor mistakes here and there, and some mistakes I thought I made turned out to actually be profitable. So always learning on your feet. And I mean, I didn't really want to make this video, but I did talk about in the last one that I had some cool stuff coming in, and it turns out to not be too cool at all. But again, I'll put you here. If you see some title that you like, feel free to reach out. The majority of them, I mean, they're all clean and well kept for the most part. Maybe minor issues and general edge and corner wears on some of them, but you know, for the most part, they're pretty solid. We got Arthur C. Clarke, Dune, who's this? Catherine Kurtz. I have some of her series in here. So a number of different ones. It's not that it's terrible. It's just, well, I wish it was worth a little more, obviously. So anyhow, that's my science fiction bust, and let it be a lesson that if you're unsure of it, you know, maybe take a step back and take a minute longer, and don't get overly wrapped up in it. Just take a breath and a step out and evaluate it again and run it through your head if you know you should really be doing this. But hey, that's how it goes. So anyhow, quick bust video. Hopefully I don't make many more of these, or there won't be no business and there won't be no channel after a while. Hope everybody's doing well out there. If you haven't, please like and subscribe to the Book Peddler YouTube channel. I'll stay up to date on book picks, in-store, out-store activity, and I guess your occasional bust. So, all right, guys, till next time, take care.